Obviously, they weren't stellar. I think what I had more of a problem with is what everyone I think here had a problem with is definitely Tom Nash spoke very well and articulate about this was the communication. The communication on the results was lackluster. It wasn't transparent. If you want to really understand the results and why things happened the way they did, you have to make your own speculative assumptions. And even retail investors such as ourselves are able to articulate better than the executives on positives that happened within even the earnings. So, for example, the government grew in the US 27% year over year, but they didn't highlight that, right? You actually had to go to the press release that was not in the earnings deck. Overall government results was 13%. So what does that tell you? Well, that tells you that government holistically overseas was disastrous. So there was no incremental add to that, right? But we know that they're doing work over there with NATO, Ukraine, and things of that sort. So that could have been presented more articulately on the call. Then when we look at the growth on, how you get to 4.5 billion, it was really irritating that we didn't get the how and the prescriptive walkthrough on how the business is going to grow to get to where it needs to go. You heard him pounding the desk. Alex was very frustrated. He said, "Hey, I'm focused on 4.5 billion. That's what I'm focused on. I'm not focused on this quarter." If I was in that room, I would have definitely loved to ask as an analyst. Well, not in the room because it was remote, but I would have asked, how are you going to get there? Walk me through how you get from where you're at now. And a lot of that, and those who study the business understand that the contribution margins don't grow exponentially until several quarters, if not years after. You're not going to see the growth that they've accomplished with those customers for at least another 2 years. So the fact that they got Coca-Cola back and some other large companies, we will see those revenues trickle in. You also can see that their RPOs grew. Their billings didn't grow very much, but overall, they still should expect a lot more contribution margin and expansion with those commercial customers. That's a positive. That wasn't highlighted at all on the call.